How are you?
Oh, I'm very good, thank you.
Glad
How
to
are
see
you?
you. Doing good, doing good. We just got blessed to get a new lease car today.
Oh,
Unexpected. We weren't supposed to get it until November, but I decided I wonder what that would feel like to manifest a new car.
yeah.
We went to one dealer and we basically didn't like the car, so we spent 10 minutes there, and then we went to another dealer that was across town, and we spent 5 minutes there when the guy pulled the car out. Well, we spent more time waiting for the guy to get the keys to get the car. And then when we got the car, we literally spent 5 minutes and went, no, thank you for your time. So something said, go to the other dealer where you got your previous car. So we went over there, and I told the guy basically, hey, we're thinking about leaving your brand and going to another one, not because you're bad, but something different. He goes, I'll tell you what, if we can offer you a deal of a lifetime, and we've always heard that deal of a lifetime from a car dealer because they want to sell the car, so everything's going to be a deal of a lifetime. So I said, okay, well, if it's the right price and right car and whatever. So in my mind, I said, I want my payment to be around this much.
Uh-huh.
You got the exact payment, the exact car, and with everything on it that we wanted.
Mm.
So they included all the taxes, they included everything in it. And the better deal is we got it for 2 years, which is even better because it's not, we don't have to, bless you, we don't have to have the burden of the 36 months. Not that it's a burden, but I just want another car in 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the good thing about leasing.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Ever since we've done that, it's just been, and we didn't spend hardly any time. Before, we would spend hours and hours in time a dealer, and by that time you're just drained and exhausted.
Yeah.
It's
So-
no fun.
So how is the feeling of the new car smell?
Oh, it's so good. So good. It was so, and me and the wife have been talking about it, and I wonder what that would feel like. And then in my mind, I went, I really would like this car today because I don't want to wait 2 months, because here's why. The way the car overlapped, we would have to turn the car in November.
Mm-hmm.
Registration is due in October. So that means I would have paid $283, right? For 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Why would I do that?
Yes.
So in my mind, that was my problem. That's $283. Not that I couldn't pay it, but who wants to give away money for 3 weeks to get a new car? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
this worked out perfect.
That's so good.
So
You realize it's coming to the month end.
oh yeah, and it's a Nissan Armada, top brand, and it was their last 2019 they got, and it only had 12 miles on it,
Wow.
and fully loaded with everything, all the bells and whistles, and I'm a IT guy, so that I didn't care about the engine or nothing like that. I just want to know what buttons I could push. So that was a blessing today. So we always say it's that easy when you get in the flow of it.
Mm-hmm.
People think the house and the car and the diamond ring and the $1 million, they all think that they're separate, and they're not.
Mm.
Only thing that makes them separate, realistically, is your thinking and that time of the day,
Mm.
or time of whatever time you're in now. That's the only thing different.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Testimonies, any by the ways? Yes.
Anson won't be joining us because he's out viewing the house.
Yes. And he better not be here. He better go get that house.
Yeah. Yesterday he went to the open house. I told him he can go by himself. So he went, and then so he kind of liked that house because I told him that I've seen that house. I mean, the same model.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So he was so excited, and so today he's gonna bring his agent over there to have a more serious talk because the price is a bit high. It's like 380.
Okay.
So I was telling Anson, I said, that number, hi Melissa, I said that number will not do, right?
Hi.
And I said, think of a new number. And he said, I don't know what number. I said, I give you the number, 300.
300.
And he said, Mom, I don't need you to think.
Just ask.
I just give you the number, 300, just take it. And he said, okay. So am I supposed to tell the agent that? Yeah.
And I'm glad you told him that because you're getting me going into the process.
Mm-hmm.
How are you?
Hi, I'm in the office.
You're at the office?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're making us all dizzy.
Oh, that's what she
Testimonies, anybody ways? Any
Huh?
testimonies, anybody ways? Any testimonies, anybody ways? How's your foot doing?
It's getting better.
All right.
A little bit more. A little bit more.
Hurry up and hit
I just want to share. It's so funny, right? Selena, I told this story to Lily that Selena yesterday she sent love. Okay. So and that day she worked. She said, "Oh, so good people are very nice to her, you know.
Mm-hmm.
People are so nice to her. People give her more tips, you know."
Hey, you guys come get the dogs, please. Sorry about that. Hey, guys. Thank you. All right.
even the dog has testimonial.
Yes.
Maybe, I don't know. Bye, lady. All right. So, can you say that story again? I couldn't hear because of the dogs. Selena did what? She said love?
Oh, she sent love yesterday.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that was the first time she sent love to people, and so she said it was amazing because at her workplace, the customer were very nice to her, and they give her more tips.
All right. Good job.
So funny.
Yeah, that means love equals more money.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Any questions, comments, concerns about what we've studied, what we learned, what we've been over? Anything at all?
No.
No.
I have spoken.
All right.
300. That's it.
Spoken. Tootie has confirmed. All right. Well, this evening we're going to be on page 197, and we're going to talk about the end of all seeking. Choosing to live as though you are not the ego. Choosing to live as though you're not the ego. And this is going to be a practice, and it's a good practice. And realistically, some of you have already started practicing. Does that make sense?
Yes. Okay.
So if you've already practiced it, now you kind of start understanding the meaning behind it, okay? So when we talk about seeking, it actually starts with the 5 of the seeking, okay? Here's why we say that. When you begin to ask, okay, of what you're wanting, that is a seeking progress. You're seeking something that you're desiring. Does that make sense? Yes, no, maybe so? Okay.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
as you're seeking, we're going to put seeking into the ask category, kind of, sort of, only because you're seeking something.
Mm-hmm.
People seek things all their lives and never achieve it.
I think they do. It's just that sometimes, most of the time, it's not what they want.
But they still sought it out.
Yeah.
So they become continuous seekers of continuous seekers of continuous seekers. and the outcome is then what? Always seeking.
Mm-hmm.
At some point in time, you're going to have to end the seeking and change the mindset to be different.
Mm.
At some point.
Okay.
In other words, when you get to step 2, you should not be seeking. There's no more seeking at step 2. Your seeking is done in step 1.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Yes.
If you're seeking in the believe and the receive, then it's not going to work because you're past that stage.
Mm.
So what happens is when we say people continue to be seekers of seekers and seekers, it's their ego saying, I'm seeking it. And like you said, Lee, that's a great example. They get it, but it's not what they want.
Yeah.
It's not what they expected. It's not the outcome that they were looking for. It's not the answer that they were wanting to hear.
Mm-hmm.
These type of seekings. So when you get those seekings that don't make you feel good, that is part of the ego.
Oh.
That is part of the ego. Okay? And the ego, we're going to say the ego wants to take over and be in charge. The ego wants to be the boss.
Mm-hmm.
So when you talk about what is the beginning of seeking, the beginning of your seeking, what do you think would be? It's in your first paragraph of your lesson.
Mm.
But
We're still getting there.
the end of all seeking occurs when one dares to hold within the mind a different thought. You heard it many times through the beginning of this course, the way of the heart, when taught extensively on miracles, through many other channels. Only love is real. You're not the body. I and my Father are one. I am awake and walk this planet as Christ. I choose love over fear. This is too easy. Satisfying thoughts versus non-satisfying thoughts. All events are neutral. If you're going to seek these things.
Okay.
People seek these things, material, get it, and then I don't like it now. Or complain about it. But if you seek these things where only love is real, I am more than this body. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Me and my Father are one. When you start affirming this type of affirmation of your beingness, now you begin to seek within yourself all that you're looking for. If you don't go within, you go without.
Mm-hmm.
So, what does that mean? Love is pure spirit. Fear is contraction, density, false perception, egoic consciousness. When you choose love over fear, you must decide to live as though you are not the ego. And this is going to be one of the practices that we will eventually do, where 30 days we're going to practice letting the ego go. Which means, and realistically, practicing no fear for 30 days.
Okay.
And confronting whatever you're fearful of. People don't want to confront their fears because why? They're afraid of it.
Yes.
So if I stacked $1 million on a plane and told my dad, go get on the plane and fly somewhere, and he's scared of flying, he's going to be poor because he ain't going to get on that plane. So the seeking, watch this. So the seeking can only go so far. Before you start seeking what? Other things and we're not saying that is bad, but people are seeking things that are outside of themselves. Everything you need is already within yourself. Everything that you create from the beginning of this lesson, and we talk about miracles, always starts with love. Miracle is the binding force and the creative force of all that you're asking for and all that you're receiving. So that's why we always overemphasize so much love, so much compassion, so much forgiveness, especially the forgiveness, because it's easy to judge someone and then not forgive yourself for judging that person for being unreasonable. You want them to be reasonable. Sometimes we have to say, you know what? I can forgive them because they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're, in a sense, out of their mind. And then 3, they have every right to have a free thought of what they want to think. My job is to influence a more positive thought. So now, as I influence the more positive thought, I change their seeking. Now, we're defining seeking on how many levels? Several levels. On seeking materialistic things, seeking spiritual things, seeking relationships, seeking satisfaction, seeking unsatisfaction. There's all forms of seeking, but they all kind of are subs of the asking. So if you're not in the right mind and the ego's in charge, what are you going to ask for? Everything that does not serve you. You're going to ask for it and complain about it. Oh, why is these glasses all messed up? Oh my God. Then all of a sudden you put them on and now pastor can't see nothing when they're supposed to help him see. Or I actually drop them and my kid steps on them, and now because I cursed my glasses, I don't have them anymore. And that actually happened to me one day. True story. I wanted these glasses in the military so bad because of my rank, and at that time they wouldn't allow us to get it because we weren't officers. So when they finally allowed us to get it, I got them, and I complained about them because they hurt the side of my head, they pinched, and blah, blah, blah. So I complained about them, and then they fell, and one of my young sons, not knowing, came and just, Daddy, stepped on them and slid all the way across the parking lot.
Oh.
I stopped complaining about those glasses because there was a big scratch mark on both of them. So, look what I was seeking. I was seeking negative things and got a negative reaction. Even though I really wanted the glasses. I want these glasses, but when I got them, complained about the glasses once I got the glasses. Same thing with the Volkswagen Beetle that we just leased 2 years ago, and nothing against Volkswagen, don't want to catch a lawsuit or anything. But when we bought the car, it sat in the shop for 1 month because we complained about it. And we made a joke, maybe the guy who built this car was disgruntled and he got fired that day, and he was working on that car when he got fired. So the car didn't act right for 1 month. And then I come to find out it becomes the thought key. Thought key messed up the whole car. So these type of seekings is what we're talking about. So I had to learn to go in and say, me and my Father are one. I'm more than this body. I'm more than this experience. I'm more than what I'm seeing. I'm more than what this person is saying I am. Oh, you're stupid, Pastor. You're ignorant. Oh, you're this and you're that. I love you. You have to change the different seeking. Instead, people, who are you to tell me? Or they don't say anything at all, and then their feelings are hurt, and then they carry that thinking within them, and now there's separation between them and that person, and there's no healing. And then within that no healing, no blessings come in, because now there's contraction, there's density. And people don't realize that each time you have a web, a relationship, you continue to create more like unto itself webs. You have positive webs and negative webs. But with your negative webs, they're distorted. So they don't spin very well. They kind of like a broken record, or if you take a CD player and chip it, that's how it's going to run. Right? The perfectly brand new one out of the package. Okay? So love is pure spirit. Fear is contraction, density, false perception, ego consciousness. When you choose love over fear, you must decide to live as though you're not the ego. In this way, what has been formed becomes transformed. That which pervades and extends beyond that has been formed is transformed. What we mean by that is once you start going in, you actually start, one, changing your mindset. Then after that, everything changes from that perception there.
Mm.
Once I decided I'm not going to be afraid of heights, jump out of there with a parachute, yay! 30,000 feet in the air. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay? The way of transformation then requires that you begin with the acceptance that is true always. In this lesson, we have brought to you a story, an analogy, a description that can help, if you will sit with it, to imprint in your consciousness a remembrance of very process that you have in fact felt and experienced as God itself, in its desire to create what you perceive as the many, yet remains always the one. This is why we always take you back to we are always one, and there's no separation between you and I. Okay? That is what you are. You are the songbird. You are the radiance and the warmth of the sun as it touches the skin. You are the skin. You are the awareness of that warmth. You're the thinker of the thought. You are the thought. You are the deed. You are the space from which all thought emerges. You are the wind in the trees. You are the vastness of space. I want you to internalize that in your mind the next time you see the trees blowing. Tell yourself, Lily's the wind in the trees. You're the songbird. I'm that songbird.
Okay.
All right?
Yep.
You are the one who is eternal. You're the one bold enough to dream the dream of separation without ever losing perfect unity. And you're the one, the little drop of milk, experience the remembrance of the divine, of the real, of the true, of the one. Your journey is not alone. Even now, you are perfectly awake, for only one who is awake could dare to create the great cleverness and creativity through which you as a spark of God became increasingly aware of yourself, God dividing into God, God discovering God. What a delightful play. You understand that? Each moment that you wake up and realize something about yourself, you're realizing something about God. Who are you? God. Where is God? He's within me. We are one. That's why we always say God is closer to you than your breath.
Yeah.
Okay? Here then we begin to let the secret out of the bag. Separation was not because you sinned. And here's where Christianity and people around the world push this so much.
Yeah.
Sin. More of a sin. Everything's a sin. But the sin is what, that thinking is what really caused the separation of man and God. That thinking. Okay? Separation was not because something terrible went wrong. Separation was just another form of the dance of creation itself, perhaps taken to the extremes. God seeks the limits of what is unlimited. You've been playing the game of hide and seek. You're the one. Sorry about that. I lost my place.
Oh.
You're the one with your eyes closed, leaning against the trunk of the tree, counting while the fragments of yourself ran to hide. You remember a while back we said there are 10 trillion fractals of yourself in every multidimension, in every space, and every time, and everywhere. So it makes you omnipresent, omnipotent, everywhere at the same time. This is why you have deja vus. Well, this is what we're talking about in the analogy. You ever played hide and seek?
Yeah.
Think about Lily splitting herself 10,000 times, 10 trillion times. Sudi splits himself 10 trillion times, and all 10 trillion pieces go hide in the universe. And you're calling them back into yourself. Think about it. I know that's kind of an extreme analogy, but that is the best we can give of how your soul is divided. So when we say God is discovering God, this is what we're meaning. So in other words, every person that you encounter, new and old, you're meeting a fragment of yourself. Every student that you talk to and meet, you're meeting a fragment or a portion of yourself. That makes sense?
Yeah.
And you're the one who has reached out to discover those fragments and is in the process of doing that. You're the one who has become the many and then has waited to separate, one hiding in the darkness, trembling, and yet wanting light to find you. Why not begin now in this moment by sitting quietly as Christ for 5 minutes? This is where we always try to get the meditation from 20 minutes to 5 minutes. And Christ only means anointed one. So when we call you the Christ, we're calling you the anointed one, or enlightened one. When we call you the anointed one, it's because when we created you in your soul, we blessed you and made you good, holy, and beautiful, because that is the essence of your being. Okay? And say to the one is coming now from the trunk of the tree, I have done a very good job of hiding, but you think, but you know, I think it would be a great delight to be found. Find me, dear Father, touch me with your grace, because I am you. I will decide to receive it. In this moment, I choose now to remember that I am the one who has both sought and found. I am the one who has remained perfectly unchanged forever. And I am the one who has perceived myself as having changed and having sinned and having separated myself. I choose now to join the two parts of myself together. And this is where awakening happens. This is where you start going off and really talking to God and getting in tune with God and really trusting that voice that's built internally. Everybody has that voice that they've learned to trust or don't listen to, or when I would have wished I listened to that voice when I would have.
Yes.
That's the awakening part. That's that, oh, I'm awake now. Why aren't you awake? Why are you still sleeping? What is wrong with you? How could I have been asleep this long? See? And that's the beautiful part about waking up. Let's see what it is. I will be the body mind upon this planet, dancing, singing, playing, and creating the good, the holy, and beautiful. I will now open that part of my mind that can think in unlimited ways that will dare to dream the impossible dream. This is why we say 11.5 million, dream that dream, but make it how can I make that dream a reality? Instead of, oh, that was a good dream, and that was just a good dream, and I'm still poor, and it'll never happen because I make only $11 an hour, and my boss hates me.
Yes. Okay.
I'm the one who lets God live in me now, and my Father are one. I'm the drop of beverage again, settling in the fullness in the glass. And this is where when Buddha came, he made that analogy of the ocean, which would be God as creator, and we being the droplets of that ocean returning back into the ocean, but each droplet having the same equal power as the ocean.
Yes.
No different. So people think that one little drop has no power whatsoever. So now they remain asleep, and then this is why you see people struggle. When you see people struggling, they haven't come to the real, I've not sought and found and received, now I'm going to move on and go to the next thing. I've already received the car, I'm over it. I blessed the car, it's going to sit in the garage, we're going to go create other things. I'm going to go spend about $30,000 in the backyard or something, I don't know. This is what we're talking about. When I walk with this body upon the earth and I feel the mist of the fog upon my skin, I will say within myself, ah, yes, it is very good. For I am the one with the power to create this body, to create the mist of the fog itself. And the mist of the fog around me is my Father's presence in which my soul reclines. The world is no longer a burden. This world of space and time is no longer something from which I must escape. And this is why you always hear people, when they're going through struggle or they're suffering, they always want to leave the planet, or they want to leave something. They want to run away. And guess what? It follows them. You can take ignorance into death. Not even sickness or disease or disease is limitation for me. Wherever I am the presence of love. And this is where you and the Father affirmation really cements itself. Okay, that makes sense? It's kind of like I used to tell myself, wherever I go, I'm always there.
Yeah.
Same thing. And in this moment, I bring forth love and bless the world I see. And in this, God remembers God for beloved friends and newest in the masters. The way of transformation must bring you in the end to the quiet recognition there is only God. Why fear if love is here? There's only love or fear. Beloved and holy friends and newest in the master. Friends, because you're a part of me and I are part of you, particles of light dancing in the wave of the one God, the one mind, the one truth, the real world. The joke's been on us, and we played it upon ourselves very well. Now the time of rejoicing is at hand as we arise in our individuation, recognizing our oneness, to dance the dance of creation ceaselessly, in the good, the holy, and the beautiful. Unto you, only begotten God's own, God is. Amen.
Amen.
Very simple, very simple, very simple.
Mm.
And we'll get into next Sunday, or this coming Sunday, we'll get into the journey of the soul. And as you notice, we're taking through different levels of creation because we want you, remember earlier, and we always say this now, we want you to be deliberate creators. So we're using how creation was started from the very beginning all the way into this physical body that you placed your soul in. And now we want you to be excited about the journey and be deliberate creators on this journey as you create. Because as you create, you're going to create the good, the holy, and the beautiful because that is who you are. Make sense?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. Questions, comments, concerns?
About how we are being told that we have sinned even from birth. Even from birth, we are already sinful. I think that is almost like the people in power trying to suppress the people who are lower than them, right? So they already mentioned that kind of like trying to shame you, trying to say you are not up to the standard or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But why is it that most of the time this type of thing is only from the religion, you know?
Because religion has been so rooted in our cultures that it become our lives, and now it becomes the law, and it becomes so confusing that people don't even understand it.
Yes.
Because everybody will have their own perception and their own believing of it. Mother taught them this, father taught them that, grandmother taught them this, they had to go to this. But one thing has always remained is, if you remember this, what we taught way back in, if people can get out of sin consciousness or sin thinking, sin ultimately leads to death, which ultimately leads to a judgment, which ultimately leads to a hell.
Mm-hmm.
Sin equals death equals hell equals eternal suffering.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yes.
Doesn't make any sense. So preachers and pastors to control the congregation had to inflict the word sin.
Yeah.
Fear. They had to create a devil or something to control you, which there are evil forces out there. We're not saying they're not, but they had to use that in terms of controlling the people and come, sit, listen. And if you're not part of this religion, then you missed it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have all these different religious doctrines in the whole world that nobody can even count. But only one thing that we can say honestly, this is true. There's only 4 things that everyone on the whole planet can agree upon: man, woman, tree, serpent. Man, woman, tree of life, serpent.
Oh.
You find that in every 4 corners of the globe. Look at your ambulance. What's the symbol?
Cross.
And a snake go up the pole, right?
Yes.
The snake is the chakras to your awakening. The serpent was your healing.
Mm.
That's your healing. Think about how the snake is connected to your healing.
Mm.
That serpent wasn't some devil trying to mess with Adam and Eve, according to the religious story. It was more the awakening of, I can create fear and hide behind a bush and have God come through the day and ask me, Adam, where are you?
Mm.
Who told you you were naked? Who told you that you were, who told you these things? Where did you get the idea from?
Mm.
But notice this, not once did God tell Adam and Eve, according to the story, you sinned against me. You never hear God use that word.
Yes.
And they disobeyed him according to the story.
Mm-hmm.
So if hell was so important, why not teach them then?
Yeah.
Nowhere is it mentioned in Genesis 1 through 27 or 28.
Mm-hmm.
You can't find it. You find in the beginning, God created. In the beginning, God created. Created. You see all creation, but you don't see.
It was never mentioned that he even created the hell. He did not create hell.
He did not create a hell. He didn't create a hell, bless it, and make it good.
Mm.
You don't see it.
Yes.
So I said, if he didn't speak it, then where did it come from? If we can see the sun that he spoke,
Mm-hmm.
see the moon, the stars, we can see all of the creation from that very text in every religion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what your doctrine is, you can find those four in every book, but you won't find that.
Yeah.
You won't find, and God created hell, blessed it, and made it good.
No.
Or God created a hell, he made it bad, and that's where he didn't do it.
Yes.
Maybe it's the humans, right? If they believe that there's heaven, a good place, there must be a bad place for the bad guys.
Watch this. Even in creation, God says, I give you a heaven and an earth, but there's no what?
Hell.
Yeah.
No hell. Yeah.
But everybody goes, oh, there's a heaven, there's a hell.
Mm.
Everybody in that religious world goes heaven, hell. If you point down, people go hell
Mm-hmm.
because of the mindset. But if you get out of hell thinking, God blesses you because now you're aware that you are your own enemy, and then you understand that the outside enemy has attached to your nervous system. This is where fear comes in. This is where anxiety, this is where the shaking comes from.
Mm.
Scratchy voice, the migraines, the stress. This is where all these, this is where that devil, we call, the real name is Aeons and Acons, and we already talked to this, remember?
Yes.
Real even in this world.
Mm.
Okay. So if they want to call it a devil, that's fine. It's still the same entity doing the same thing, but people have to realize they are more powerful than that.
Mm.
They just have to raise their vibration and connect themselves with God. If God be for you, who can be against you?
Yes.
Nobody. If greater is he who is in me than he who is in the world, who can defeat me? No.
Mm-hmm.
Other than I choose to be defeated.
Yes.
So that's why you have that. And as Lily said, it was all about control. Think about this. You never saw the masters in the temples, did you? Very seldom. Where was Buddha? In the wilderness.
Mm-hmm.
Where did he spend his time learning and growing?
Mm-hmm.
The disciples had to go to him. Yeshua, known as Jesus Christ, you only see him in the temple a few times reading, close the book, and his whole ministry was outside. Wilderness, desert, valley, ocean, creek.
Mm-hmm.
That's the words of church.
Mm.
And we don't dismiss it. We're not saying that, but we're looking at look where he showed him. He took him. Let me show you where God is.
Yes.
God is all around you if you look for him.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be in a specific places of worship.
If that building falls down, if that building burns down, and God forbid it does to any building, it burns down, it's just a building.
Yes.
You have to go somewhere else.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty much about it. But we don't condemn anybody or judge anybody because at the end of the day, people are going to disagree with what we would say, and we love them for it. And they're free to their own opinions.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're free to express the truth of what really occurs, and people can choose to either pick it up or say, no, we don't choose that.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't affect me either way. I love them the same.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Questions, comments, concerns?
No, this time is good.
Yes.
All right. I love you guys. We'll see Sunday prayerfully.
Yes. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Good night.
Good night.